Hey guys, All Sports 83 sporting another video at you, and today is all about race number 10 at the Richmond Raceway for the Camber Cup Series. So we're not going to waste any time, jump right into the action, and let's take a look at everything that takes place, starting with stage number 1. So I qualified in the 4th position. Not too bad, but get stuck on that outside, trying to see if I can make the most of it and get a pretty good start here. I was able to get that outside line moving a little bit. I think that inside car there, I think the 24 car maybe just didn't get through the corner just as well. But, really didn't look too bad. So sitting in a 3rd position and see if I can't get things going early here. So as you can tell, this is another one of those tracks on this game where if you even come close to the apron, you're going to lose it. So I just touched the apron there, spun the car out, and created a little bit of a caution there. So now I'm kind of starting in the back and get a little contact there with the 48. Not really sure what happened there. And so now I'm stuck at the very, very end of the pack. So now it's usually, once again, time to go to work and see if I can't work my way through the field here and just try to get back toward the front. I feel like the car's pretty good, just got to get that track position back. So I was able to get the lead back, so I worked the car back up to the front, and then I get into the wall and kind of ruin myself, and let's chase 456 get underneath me with that 9 car. He was pretty fast, and then I get really loose coming off the corner. I get into him, and he really doesn't pay for it, but I sure do. So I keep losing positions here, and it makes things a bunch worse. So we get a caution, and I decide to go ahead and come down pit road and get some fresh tires. It does matter. So not everybody comes down pit road, so I come off in the 7th position. And so now I'm starting toward the back of the pack again, and so now I got to figure out a way to work my way back up through the pack. Interesting restart here. If you look, the 48 in front of me, he gets down and he goes up the track, and I get a huge run on him, and then we end up going 3 wide. Not real easy to go through 3 wide, and then the 2 cars above me kind of make contact with each other. So it's really hard in this game to check up if a guy is going to just move up the track like that, and it's not easy to try to stay in your groove if you maybe catch the apron a little bit, and then you're trying to catch it, and you lose a lot of speed, and then you go up the track, and obviously a guy's going to fill that hole, even if he doesn't mean to. So it made it really difficult, especially on this short track. It was really difficult. So we get another restart here after a caution comes out, and then I am still getting into the apron, and I almost put myself down pit road. And this one was really bad because nobody else spun, did not bring out a caution, and put me way behind the rest of the field. So basically, because of that, I finish in the 10th position. Definitely not what I was looking for to finish stage number 1. So we get a restart here, pretty crazy here on this restart. I'm following the 48 car. and I get into him a little bit there, and so I didn't want to just go around him after running into him, so I back off just a little bit, and then I start to make another run on him here because he moves up the track, and then he comes down a little bit. I guess he's just trying to protect his position, and it just gets everybody out of whack, and then I lose more positions coming off the corner. So, you know, it's back to fighting back for that position. We get another caution out. I pitted, and again, starting in the 7th position yet again. And so it just seemed like any kind of progress that I made in this race, it kind of seemed to go away through somebody's mistake, whether it was my own or someone else's, or a caution would come out in pit strategy. It just didn't seem like I could maintain any kind of track position, even though I felt like the car was pretty fast. I felt like I could get into a pretty good rhythm, but it just didn't seem like it was doing a whole lot of good for me. So I worked my way back to the 3rd position, and really spent a considerable amount of time in this position just trying to catch these 2 leaders. It was KU Ball Fan and Buffy Fan 95. Both those guys were pretty fast, and I know there were times that I started to catch them a little bit, but it was definitely hard work in order to catch them. And then we had a caution to come out. So now we've got a caution. I lost a position on pit road. Now I'm in the 4th position. And so, you know, that's okay. I'm not in the back of the pack, so I'm thinking maybe if I can just get through this restart, be in the top 3 or 4, and then just kind of work my way, see if I can, you know, put this really fast car to use. I know the other guys were fast, and this one was going to come easy. It wasn't going to be a walk in the park by any stretch, but I felt like I had something for those guys up front. So this was my opportunity to try and make something happen for this restart. And this is really toward the end of stage number 2, so the idea here is that really want to make up for not getting any stage points in stage 1, and try to make up for that, maybe see if I can even get a stage win. So work underneath the 14 car of Ty Racing. He was also fast in this race. We get a lot of fast guys in this race, and so kind of get the position underneath him there, and takes me pretty much a lap to work around him because he was even tough on that high side. But I was able to make that happen, and so now it's again setting sail for those 2 leaders, see if I can't catch those and make something happen at the end of the stage here. And then I guess I get toward the end here, and KU gets into the apron, and almost made contact with him, but I was able to just avoid him. Moves me into the 2nd place. I can tell you at this point, I was not sure if I was going to be able to do anything with that one car. He had been moving pretty quickly, and I was going to need him to make a mistake to win the stage, but he did not. But I was able to keep him away with a 2nd place finish, and I thought that was okay too. So I had pitted pretty late in that last stage, so I decided to stay out and try to get the lead and see if having the lead position was an advantage of any kind. And so I was able to get through the gears pretty good on this restart and get away. Definitely had that one car on me in this early portion. You see it come right up to my bumper there. But the car still felt good, even with a little bit older tires. Had a caution come out. And so get another restart here, and working with this 14 car again. This was really the first time in the race that I had had an extended period of time up front. And even though, you know, it's a little bit of work holding those guys off, it was certainly a little bit easier just because you know, you're not really checking up for guys in front of you or trying to figure out a way around them. You can kind of set your own pace. And it certainly made the racing a little more stress-free. But it was still hard because you miss it a little bit, and those guys are going to go right around you. But it certainly felt a little better to get out front and confirm my suspicions that I thought the car was pretty good, and I felt like I could get into a pretty good rhythm as well. So. So you see I lost the lead there, and just right after that a caution came out. So I decided to go down pit road. I think a lot of the guys decided to go down pit road, but not everybody. So I start in a 4th position, and that ability to set your own pace and kind of run from the lead, it's kind of all gone now. So, but those guys had worked their way around me, and it was gone anyway. So now it's about trying to get back into that place and just try to see if I can get away around these guys. It doesn't help though when you get in the wall, and you really had to push the limits. I mean, you had to be pretty close to that apron. You see the 24 car there. He got in the apron and it kind of messed him up. I was able to avoid that, and so there was a kind of a 1-2 punch. You get in the apron, you spin out. If you get in the throttle too early, then you come up into the wall, and then if you let off, then you'd get freight trained by the rest of the field. So certainly was not easy, this place. You definitely had to worry about both of those things and just find a really good rhythm. Here I'm trying to work my way under the 19 car of MC Hashbrown, and then he gets a little tight or something in the corner, and was finally able to work my way back around into the 1st position, which was nice. So as you saw there, had a nice little battle with Buffy Fan 95. We were battling for the lead, and then a caution came out, and I go down pit road. Some guys took some 2 tires, some guys stayed out, and once again I'm kind of leapfrogged and kind of go back to the back again. And so try to see if I can work my way around these guys another time. Best you can do. Still plenty of time in the race. There's like 60 laps to go or something in the race. So I got plenty of time. I'm not too worried. Just want to try to get back in the rhythm and try to work my way and see if I can't capitalize on other guys' mistakes or whatever. But then we kind of just start getting caution happy at this point in the race. There's just a lot of cautions that take place. We can't really find a rhythm. We're always starting in the same place because we don't complete a lap, and we got to do the restart over. And so this really started to get a little different and a little frustrating, really for everybody, because we just kind of, I don't know, we did so well up to this point, and then I guess guys were just really starting to race each other a lot harder, trying to get themselves in a position to win, and it just became more and more frustrating. There you saw another guy got loose, got in the apron, actually pitted himself, and then here we get another restart, and so it just kind of a rinse and repeat caution portion of the race, and that's pretty much where we were. So we're toward the end at this point, and get some pretty desperate moves that take place at this point. See the 24 car jumps down into the apron to pass some guys. Amazingly was able to get that stick. Made a little bit of contact with the guys, but that was a super aggressive move, and it was pretty fortunate not to cause a big wreck there. A wreck did take place, I think, maybe behind us. No, maybe not. But we're still racing for this end here. We're trying to make something happen, and it's a pretty crazy finish to this race for a lot of us. So I managed to work my way from 7th to 3rd throughout that last little bit there, and I was able to bring this thing home in 3rd position, which isn't too bad. I feel like I was possibly a little better than that, but Buffy Fan gets the win, and by doing so he leapfrogs me in the points and takes the point lead. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.